Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the dummy regression in SPSS. Whenever we perform the dummy regression, our independent variable is of categorical type and dependent or response variable is of continuous type. So whenever you have one categorical variable that is independent and continues as a dependent variable, then you can perform the dummy regression in SPSS. So in SPSS, there is no option of dummy regression clearly. Here now you can see that there is no dummy regression option here. But before running the dummy regression, you will create the dummy variables. I have taken three variables here. The first one is gender, and I categorize it as one for male and two is for female. The second variable I have taken as an educational institute, and I have categorized is as one for government, two for semi-government, and three for private sectors. And I have the another variable which is salary, and I am going to check the significance effect of gender on salary and the significant effect of educational institute on salary. So first of all, I will took these two variables, gender as an independent variable and salaries as an dependent variable, and I will perform the dummy regression. So for this purpose, first of all, I will create a dummy variables for this gender. Go to the transform and click on the create dummy variable. So we are going to create dummy variables for this gender variable. Put this gender here in this box, create dummy variable, and here you can also give it another name, which is, let's suppose, gender 1. You can put also another name as you want and click OK. Now you can see here create dummy variables, gender 1 is for male, and gender 1 2 which is for female. Then I'm going back here. Now you can see here we have two variable as gender 1, so you can change it for your convenience, and the second one is female. Now here also you can look back, you can see that whenever we select male, the other option will be 0, and whenever we select female, then the another option, the first one male, will be 0. There will be no option for male. So now I'm going to run the dummy regression. So go to analyze and then regression and linear. So now my dependent variable is salary, and here I'm going to put the male or female. You can take male as a reference category, you can also put female as a reference category. So for example, I am going to uh, put this female category as a reference category, so I'm going to select the male. So select the male and put it in the independent box, then click OK. So from model summary you can see that R is 0.57, which is 57%, that is the relationship is 57%, and R square is 0.33, that is the independent variable. Explain the variation independent variable, which is 33%. And from the model summary we can see that the model is significant. It means that the gender have as a significant effect on salary. Okay, and from the coefficients, now we are going to compare the uh, two categories. So we can see here that the male beta value is 19.556, which is in positive form. So whenever this beta is positive, it means that male have more salaries than females. For example, if this value is negative, so you can say that the male salary will be less than from female categories. So here the male value, the beta value is 19 point, which is in positive form. So we can say that the male salary has positive has uh, is more than the females. Okay, and if you want to check the significance of this, so this is also significant. Okay, so now if let we have three categories, so you can also run this dummy regression as it is. Now I am going to check this one, the second variable, which is educational institute and the salaries. So now my independent variable is of educational institute, and the dependent variable is it is as salaries. So now I have three categories, and I am going to check the significance effect of these educational institute on salary. So before running the dummy regression, you will create the dummy variables. Okay, so put this educational institute here and give a name. I'm writing here the education institute. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, this is illegal. You cannot use space here. So educational institute, then okay. You can see here educational institute, 1 for government, 2 for semi-government, and 3 for private. Here you can see that we have now 3 more variables. So 1 is for government, you can also change it for your convenience. This one is semi-government, and the third one is private. Right here only P. Now go to analyze, then regression, and then linear. Okay. uh, let's reset it. Our dependent variable is salary, and now I am going to put government sector as a reference category. So put this semi-government and private, and put these two here in independent box. Okay, our government sectors government variable is of reference category. So click OK. Now you can see that the relationship that the R is 0.8, which is 37%, much more, and the R square, we can see here that the R square is 77%, that the independent variable explain the variation 77% in dependent variable. And if we check the model significance, so the model is significant that the educational institute has have a significant effect on salaries. So now if we compare the three categories here from this box, so we can see that the semi-government beta is positive 20. It means that the semi-government salaries are more than the government sectors. And if we compare the private category, the private sectors with the government sectors, then we can say that the private salaries is also more than the government sector. So in this way, you can check the dummy regression in SPSS. In the next lecture, we will perform the logistic regression, which is the inverse of dummy regression, in which the dependent variable is of categorical type and the independent variable is of categorical or continuous variable. Okay. So in the next lecture we will discuss the logistic